Some men can only be pushed so far.
With the sweltering summer sun and the start of the vacation season, it's a great time to be indoors. Good thing this month is packed to the brim with game releases then. We're just a month away from E3 that'll decide how well our holiday season would go. But before that, we have Link going to a hack and slash adventure with his friends, a new game from Quantic Dream, which is a studio known for making interactive cinematic experiences, and also an immersive world doomed by the zombie apocalypse. We start with the game that should hopefully put an end to the drought of Xbox One games. State of Decay 2 puts you in the middle of a zombie apocalypse. But it's not just all about shooting down the undead with your buddies. Here you'll have to build outposts, start a community, and fortify it to the best of your abilities against everything that stands outside the gates. All this while making harsh decisions about survival. Think of it as Walking Dead without the chatter. Get ready to die a lot. The most punishing game in recent history is making a comeback with better visuals and 60 FPS gameplay. It comes with the Artorias of the Abyss DLC included with the main game, hitting the right masochistic spots that make the series a favorite with fans. The Dark Souls series and its predecessor, the PS3 exclusive Demon's Souls, spawned a whole new subgenre commonly referred to as Souls-like, and influenced a broad range of titles from indies like Salt and Sanctuary to big budget monster hits like God of War. So if you're curious to see where it all began, Dark Souls Remastered is a good place to start.
I'm gonna send the humans a message.
From the makers of Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls comes yet another cinematic gameplay experience that's all about the story. With limited gameplay mechanics, Detroit Become Human encourages you to play through its numerous subplots to get a different outcome each time. We tried the demo, and even though we found its controls to be a bit unintuitive, exploring its multiple outcomes for a scenario seems like an interesting mechanic. With mind maps that branch out each decision, it'll be interesting to see if the final game would be engaging or a glorified checklist. This one's the closest to a release date, and we have a review coming up soon. The latest entry in the long-running Total War franchise has you forging alliances, managing your ever-growing settlements, and laying siege to invading armies in Britain in 878 AD. You have 10 playable factions to choose from, including Anglo-Saxons, Viking, Welsh, and Gaelic clans that will determine the fate of Britain in true Total War style. May has some great Musou action headed your way in the form of Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, which is finally getting its much-awaited Switch release. Instead of strategically taking on enemies one at a time, here you have Link and his friends from the Zelda universe taking on hordes of enemies with each slash of the sword. Nintendo's favorite monkey, who's referred to as Donkey, makes his entry to the Switch for the first time in May. The challenging platformer is making its way to the Switch and comes loaded with a new playable character, Funky Kong. Funky helps you ease into the game by taking down the challenging bits a few notches, saving you from the rage that may make you throw your Switch across the room. Masters of role-playing games Obsidian are releasing a sequel to the highly acclaimed PC game Pillars of Eternity this month. It's been a long wait for fans, but Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire is a direct sequel to the first game, retaining the isometric view of the original, and even continues the story of the Watcher while bringing you new locations and a promise of improved gameplay with less filler-based combat. It's also making its way to the Switch, Xbox One, and PS4 later this year. Still hooked to the Elder Scrolls Online? You have an expansion to look forward to with Somerset, the next chapter for the MMORPG. Besides the massive region of Somerset at your disposal, the expansion also adds a new trial, Cloud Rest, jewelry crafting skills, and the option to join the Sijik Order and level up the new skill line. It's coming only to PC this month, but a console release will follow shortly in early June. What are you playing this month? Let us know in the comments. For all things gaming, you're already in the right place. Check out Gadgets360.com for more.